wanted your view on the space. This could be a perfect opportunity to get off the bus if we were sitting on some of those stocks. Or if it's going to be actual that recovery in China, the dollar index cools off, then you could be in for a better ride. Which camp are you in?
So good morning, Nigel. I think it's always very difficult call to take on commodity on every momentum basis. I would believe that I think local demand scenario remains extremely strong and convincing. So from that perspective, Indian companies are very much at home as far as I think their business outlook is concerned. The global scenario, I think, still not completely sure, but at the same time, I think having seen the correction of a sharper degree in the metal commodity prices, it's very natural to see, I think, some kind of a bounce back taking place into the commodity prices. And that's what I think is being experienced currently. If this situation sustains, then definitely I would think that I think the worst probably seems to be over for most of the macro commodity stocks. Maybe I think what we have seen is a worst ever performance in the last quarter from these companies. Probably going forward, I think the situation remaining more conducive, demand scenario remaining strong, and at the same time, I think the cost pressure, the margin pressure, I think is probably remaining relatively lower comparatively. I would think that I think the metal commodity stocks are the reason to bounce back. So probably I think one can ride the momentum at this point of time and play it, I think, for next 2 quarters.
Okay. Deven, hi, good morning. There are two listings today. There's BKG Foods and there's Medanta or Global Health, right? Both of them are expected to provide some listing gains and both of them are good companies. But would you buy, from a retail investor standpoint, would you buy either of these names post-listing for the long term?
Yes, Sonia, good morning. BKG remains, I think, extremely promising. I don't know how much would be the listing upside, I think, that one is talking about. From the grey market premium also, I think one is not very sure whether I think there is going to be a selling pressure coming in post-listing. But on the whole, I think the stock remains promising from the business standpoint. And that is where probably I would like to see the corrective price, if at all, I think during the post-listing, if it happens, that would be an opportunity to buy into the stock. Maybe this is not immediate story. Maybe one will have to hold it for at least 1.5 to 2 years minimum, after which I think one should start getting reasonably good amount of upside into this particular stock. Largely because of the fact that I think the valuation at which I think it is getting listed, in my viewpoint, I think probably the upside is limited relatively, I think at least in the near term. But still, I think given the strength of the fundamental, if any corrective downside in the stock price, I think would be a buy opportunity.
Another, Deven, hi, good morning. Stock which has seen a correction is Campus Activewear, which sold off 10% yesterday, but bounced about 5% from the lows. Yesterday on D Street Chatter, Nimesh was also telling us that there is some accumulation by HNIs, etc. At least as a feedback that he got. Any thoughts here, Campus? I mean, 100% it will see earnings downgrades for the full year. The question is how much of the price damage is accounting for that? Your sense?
No, Prashant, I think I'm sorry, I have not been tracking this particular company, so would refrain from putting any idea on that.
Okay, no problem. What about these, names like RVNL, Railtel, once again saw 6, 7, 8% kind of moves. Are these just momentum-fueled gains begetting gains? Or do you think the story is changing really, Deven?
Well, I think the story definitely, I think, remains absolutely strong as far as I think the railway stock goes. Maybe the kind of demand scenario which is emerging from most of these companies is definitely remaining very promising. Always, I think, one question that I ask about these companies and their management, about the sustainability of the margins. Maybe I think that is one area where I'm not getting always very high comfort. But given the situation that in which I think the order book size is growing, sales revenue is growing, probably the profit as a whole will grow. Profitability, per se, I think is something which I will keep my observation on at this point of time. Currently, the momentum is on, and I would think that I think this momentum will continue. So those who are basically trading these counters from the momentum point of view, for them definitely I think this opportunity is there. Already the stocks have appreciated. I would think that I think there should be headroom further into the stocks, given the kind of positive news flows that they are attracting.